I'm going to let you in on a secret hack to fat loss, but keep it between us. So I've been asked this question a few times by a couple different people and clients, and I did do a brief post on it the other day, but I thought I'd go into a bit more detail and kind of explain this secret hack with your calories a little bit more, just so you can understand it a little bit better. So, drum roll please. The secret hack is not so secret actually. Just wanted to get you excited a bit. So it literally is banking your calories. Literally that. Treat it like your money, treat it like your weekly budget, and you're going to make your life a lot easier. You're going to save a lot of headaches and a lot of stress. But I'm going to go into it in a bit more detail. So first of all, when you've worked out your daily calories, whether this is by calculator, by hand, whatever you want to do, you're going to times this by 7. And this is quick math, because that's going to become your weekly budget. So that's going to be your weekly budget, what you're going to allow yourself weekly, almost like your weekly wage. So what you're going to do is keep that weekly wage number to the side for now, because this is going to help you when you need it, and it's just there for a bit of reassurance. Because if you're like me and you've got the mathematical brain of a toddler, and that's being generous, you're going to need to know your daily budget, because this is going to be dumbing it down, for me anyway. So I like it more simple, because most people are going to track what they do on a daily basis rather than a weekly basis. If you're super organised, you are going to track on a weekly basis. But for most people, you're going to take each day as it comes and you're going to track on a daily basis. So that weekly wage, we're going to divide back by 7 for your daily budget. So you've got your weekly wage, and then we're going to divide that by 7, so now you've got your daily budget of what you can spend. Keeping up with me? So my client asked me if it's okay if they underate or didn't consume all their daily calories the one day, if they could go over their calorie target for the next day. So if they could have X amount of calories over. That was the question. And that build up is going to answer that for you. Because yes, you can. So first of all, before you get your knickers in a twist, all hell isn't going to break loose because you've gone over your target. It's not even a target, it's a guideline. It's there like tracing paper. It's there to help us. It gives us a rough guide. All you're going to gain from worrying and stressing from that is a headache. It probably won't even affect your progress in most concepts. You're just going to give yourself worry, stress and a headache. That's it. So you've got your weekly average here, and then you've got your daily average. So say Monday I underate 500 calories. Doesn't matter why, doesn't matter which part of my meal or whatever I've skipped, I'm 500 calories down. So say Tuesday, I'm a little bit more hungry. I've done a bit more work, I've exercised more, whatever the reason, I'm more hungry. I'm just being greedy, whatever. I want those extra 500 calories. I can, because you have saved them, you have banked them. And no matter where you place those calories in your daily budget over the 7 days, you are still going to amount to the weekly budget. You've still got that weekly total at the end. So it doesn't matter whether it's 200 calories you've missed or 500, as long as you're still in your weekly budget, that's absolutely fine. So I do like to use this method loosely with my clients because it can save a lot of headaches and a lot of stress. I say loosely because you don't want to let calories also ruin and define your life, because you still need to have a life outside of it, and this is just practice and it's tracing paper for us. So this is really good if you are still new to tracking calories and you're still learning what the energy values of food and drink are. So this is where you're going to use it more. But if you are going to start pre-planning for meals or social occasions or whatever you've got, then this is a really good concept to use. So say I'm going out on Friday. It's Friday, I could be going out, could be a piss up, could be anything, could be a birthday party, but I know I'm gonna be consuming extra calories, whether it be through food or drink. So with this knowledge in hand, what I'm gonna do from Monday or whenever your desired preference is, I'm going to start saving 300 calories. It's a small notch off each day, probably wouldn't even notice it. For me personally, I wouldn't eat breakfast. you might be the same. You might want to take it off somewhere else. It depends, it's personal preference. But I would save 300 calories from Monday to Thursday. So 300 times 4, that's 1,200. Quick math. So you've got an extra 1,200 calories for Friday on top of your daily budget anyway. So whatever your daily budget is going to be, you've got an extra 1,200 calories on top of that. So yeah, so it's a really good concept to use. So you need to try and treat it as you would saving for, you know, a big spending spree or whatever. Treat it like your money. You put money into a piggy bank or a pot or whatever you want to do. You might do something similar. You might log it on your phone. You've got an extra 300 calories this day. You've got an extra so many calories this day. However you want to do it is absolutely fine. But just saving those extra calories is going to save you a lot of headache, of guilt and beating yourself up as well. Because there is a lot of leniency with how you consume your calories and how you track them. There's not one definite way. But it's also worth mentioning, going over your calories, which is literally a number, it's something we place on ourselves. It's not going to be the end of the world. That is superficial, and we need to remember that. I've been there, as well as many other people, when you overeat or go over your calories and you beat yourself up, and the mental toll it puts on you and the guilt you place on yourself is not worth it. So if you're going to use this, use it loosely, but remember you are a human and you've probably got families, a career and emotions and hormones and everything else in between that will come into play and may affect your life. So just try and stick to this as much as you can, but don't be stressed or upset when, you know, life might not go your way. This is there, take control of what you can, and this is one thing that you can take control of. But don't also be put out if life doesn't go your way. It's a drop in the ocean if you go over your calories. You've got another 7 days, you've got another 12 months, you've got years ahead. It's not going to make too much of a difference. What will make a difference is you going out and still enjoying yourself and creating memories with your family and friends. So don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be beating yourself up or putting pressure on, because it's food, it's just energy, it's just, we have food, we don't have good or bad food. We have food that's more energy dense and we have food that's less energy dense, and we need both for mental and physical fulfillment. So just remember, one hot day doesn't make a summer, but this is a good concept to use as and when. It should be in your toolkit, as I like to say. As humans and as an athlete and as anything in between, we should have a toolkit which we can use to our advantage, whether you want to gain, maintain or lose weight. And this is one of those things. It's not going to be something you do forever, but there will be times where you might want to lose weight if you find your weight's, you know, snuck up after holiday, after Christmas, after whatever. And this can be one of those things that you pull out, is a calorie deficit. Just like some people want to gain weight and they might go into calorie surplus. It's a tool that you can use out of your toolkit and you can put back and use at any time. So just remember that, yeah, one hot day doesn't make a summer.